sleep is an important thing for a good body and mind. And in today's world where we are all so busy, I think the most neglected thing is sleep. When I talk about sleep, I would like to talk to you about a condition called obstructive sleep apnea. A lot of people who are slightly obese, you see them snoring. A lot of people as they age also snore. So what is snoring? Snoring is a sound that is produced when air travels through a narrow area. We know the air travels through our nose, behind the nose into the lungs, and there are narrow areas where the air travels and it can collapse. And as it collapses, it can produce sound of snoring. However, there is another condition which is called obstructive sleep apnea. When you say apnea, it means that there is no breathing. So during the snoring episodes, sometimes the area gets so collapsed that they totally block, which leads to a patient trying to breathe, but there's no breathing happening during sleep. When it happens for a period of about 10 seconds, it's called one period of apnea. And when it happens during sleep and during obstruction, it's called obstructive sleep apnea. So what happens during this 10 seconds that there's no breathing happening? The patient stops snoring, but he's trying to breathe. He's still in sleep. In normal sleep, a patient is usually in deeper sleep, his heart rate is lower, and his oxygenation is 100%. During this 10 seconds, the oxygenation keeps falling, and as the oxygenation falls in the body, various things happen. The brain keeps telling the heart to produce more oxygen by increasing its rate. So the heart rate keeps increasing, and after some time, if the patient does not start breathing, the brain gives a small hit to the patient. The patient does not wake up, but definitely comes out from a deep sleep to an intermediate sleep, makes some random movements. With that movement, there is contraction of the muscles and the obstruction opens. The patient again starts snoring. So this cyclical method of snoring and apnea can keep continuing. You can understand the kind of effect that it has on the body with these kind of effects happening throughout the sleep. So obstructive sleep apnea is a medical condition, and the patient requires some kind of a treatment to get over this. Obstructive sleep apnea is usually identified by simple methods. A simple examination on laryngoscopy or a fiber optic laryngoscopy, and an important thing called sleep study. After this, if a patient has an obstructive sleep apnea, he can go through either a medical treatment or a surgical treatment depending on the severity of the disease.